welcome to the Pelvic Power Podcast. My name is Penny, and I am the host of this lovely space. I am a pelvic floor yoga teacher who teaches people with pelvic pain how to use movement, breathwork, and body awareness to ease and manage their pain while living a pleasurable life. In this space, we'll be talking about all things taboo because we love it, and how to support your lovely pelvis and your lovely self on this journey that you are on. I'm very happy that you are here, and I hope that you enjoy this episode. Welcome back to another episode of the Pelvic Power Podcast. I am very happy that you are here today. As always a pleasure having you on the podcast. Today, I am bringing you a list. So it's a new month. It's now June. We're stepping into the summer. And I started this series on TikTok called Things That We Are Doing for Our Lichen Sclerosus this summer. And I want to bring this series to you here, but I'm just going to tell you the list in all its form and glory. I do want to preference by saying that I am not a doctor. I am someone that lives with lichen sclerosus. I'm a pelvic floor yoga teacher. These are the things that I do to support my lichen sclerosus. I tend to have a flare. I get tearings. That's what I do. And it can be really fucking annoying. I have tried many treatments, and I'm still on the hunt for feeling the best that I could possibly feel when it comes to my treatment. But also, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to sit around and wait because I know that what that does to me mentally. So I'm supporting myself on all levels. I want to live my best life. I live with lichen sclerosus. That's just the way the fucking cookie crumbles. And here we are. And I know that feeling of you're going to see your doctor. You get diagnosed with lichen sclerosus. They give you steroid ointment and they're like, okay, pat on the back. Off you go. Good luck. And you're like, okay, but what else can I do for my lichen sclerosus? What can I do to support myself? Because I feel like it's not often talked about. But then again, I am not a doctor. So any medical advice, these are not medical advice. You can talk to your doctor. You can ask for a second opinion. Go and talk to someone that specializes in lichen sclerosus, in vulvar pain. I just want to put it out there. The reason why I started this list now is because we're walking in to the summer months. So I started the series because we're walking into the summer months. And summer's just a lot easier. Summer's just easier in life. And I feel like if we can start setting new habits in the summer, there's a bigger chance that those habits will stick with us throughout the rest of the year. So this is my hope for you. This list is meant to inspire and to support, for you to take action, for you to support your body so that you can feel your best way possible, even though you live with lichen sclerosus. So as always, take what resonates, leave the rest. And even if you don't live with lichen sclerosus, I welcome you. You might find some inspiration in this list of things that you can do for yourself. And let's get it going. Let's get it started. First things first. We are all very different when it comes to our lichen sclerosus. You are an individual. I am an individual. We all have different signs and symptoms. So, number one, learn about your lichen sclerosus. Start to tune in to your lichen sclerosus. I find that there's a lot of fear around this condition. I've had this condition my entire adult life. I've been on treatment my entire adult life. I'm out here. I am thriving more now than I ever had in my entire life. And I'm a single gal, okay? We can do this. We live with lichen sclerosus. This is just the way the fucking cookie crumbles. But learn about your lichen sclerosus, because I think that there's so much fear, scarcity around this condition. And just because someone else is going through something with their lichen sclerosus doesn't mean that you're going to go through it too. I get so many messages saying, "Oh my God, I'm so scared this is going to happen to me. I'm so scared this is going to happen to me." How do you think that stress, we've spoken about this before, impacts your lichen sclerosus? You stressing about something that might happen in the future. What if it doesn't happen? Just because someone else has an itch doesn't mean that you're going to. And also because you don't have an itch doesn't mean that you don't have lichen sclerosus. Like, those are the couple of things that I hear. I don't have an itch. Are you sure I have lichen sclerosus? Your doctor talk to your doctor. If your doctor is not helping you, go ask for a second, third, fourth opinion. Because not everyone is the same. So learn about your lichen sclerosus so that you can support your lichen sclerosus in your body the best this summer. Number two, one of my favorites, walk commando. We're walking into the summer months now. It's getting toasty outside. We love it. But also, I walk commando at home the entire year. So I like wearing long skirts, long dresses, and just air my vulva out, not wear any underwear at all. It's a double breath, it's a double win. But now when it's summer, you're walking into summer. What if you are wearing a long dress to dinner, to lunch, out for a walk, you're hanging out with a couple friends? No one will ever know if you're not wearing underwear underneath. Just go for it. Maybe you will feel a little bit liberated, a little bit free, a little bit more sexy. Who knows? You might gain so much from actually walking commando. Maybe that will give you a boost of self-confidence or something. But your vulva gets time to breathe. So that's something that I definitely recommend, walking commando. And I remember one time I posted a TikTok and people were like, "Oh, that's so disgusting. Like you're sitting in your own pussy juice." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's my own fucking pussy juice. Who the fuck cares?" I'm not scared of my of my juices. This might sound a little bit weird, and it's okay if you're disgusted by this. It's okay. I get it. Not everyone is like me. If I could walk fucking naked all the time, I would. If you know me, I'm a naked person. I like being naked. But I'm just saying, walk commando, see how that makes you feel. And just do it at home. You don't have to do it anywhere if you don't want to. Just do it at home. See how it makes you feel. See how it makes your vulva feel. Sorry if you're watching me on the video. If you're watching me on YouTube right now because I have my list on my phone. Say hi if you're a notes app kind of gal. Because I sure am. Put everything in my notes and also the most random stuff in my notes too. Number three, things that we are doing for our lichen sclerosus this summer. We go and find lichen sclerosus support network. I absolutely love this network. I recommend it to anyone with lichen sclerosus because I find that many Facebook groups out there, as I was saying, there's a lot of scarcity mindset, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of negativity. And I'm not thriving in that. I'm not saying bring on the toxic positivity, not at all, but I am very mindful of the input that I receive, especially when it comes to something like my lichen sclerosus that I continue to battle every single day. I don't want to read about it. Maybe that is avoidant, but no, I know what lichen sclerosus brings. I know what can happen, but I also know that I don't want to sit in it and feel like shit because of lichen sclerosus. I have one life. I have one life. I have lichen sclerosus. I'm gonna make the most out of it. And I find that with lichen sclerosus support network, they bring such an empowered and positive and knowledgeable insight into living with lichen sclerosus, and it actually empowers you. And you feel like you can do it. You can do it. Because we all can. We can do it. I truly believe so. But with Lichen Sclerosus Support Network, they also have bi-weekly meetups. So they're virtual online and you get to meet up with other people that live with lichen sclerosus. They're also free. So you get to meet up with other people. You can chat about lichen sclerosus, what you're going through. And they're also run by the people that run Lichen Sclerosus Support Network. It's absolutely fucking fantastic. And I find that you should go and find Lichen Sclerosus Support Network if you live with lichen sclerosus. So go and find them because I promise they're going to be so helpful. And again, I have a lot of people commenting that you shouldn't take baths with lichen sclerosus. The thing is, I've never heard of this. I've I've heard doctors saying that it could be really helpful to soak before you applied your steroid ointment. Before you apply your steroid ointment, you soak so that the steroid ointment is absorb better into the skin. This is what I do. This is what helps me. I have a podcast episode on a healing ritual when it comes to bath time. I can't remember which episode. I'll put that in the show notes as well. So you can go ahead and listen to that if you want to make it into a little healing ritual. But yes, soak before you apply your steroid ointment and see how that works for you. Number 5, use cold packs, ice packs. They are great for tearing, for itching. Absolutely fantastic. I use one in the morning. It helps me to support myself. So either I land in a yoga pose, place it onto my vulva, or I do a breathwork practice and I have it on my vulva, and it makes it feel so much better because, as I was saying, I get tears and it kind of feels like the edges of the tears kind of close up, if that makes sense. Slowly, slowly. And ice cold packs are really great for itch as well. And straight on after that, we're coming into moisturize. So we are moisturizing for our lichen sclerosus. And I find that this is not something that was talked about when I was diagnosed with lichen sclerosus. It was just steroid ointment and then off you go on your little path. But moisturizing can help the area slide and glide more easily, and just it makes it feel a lot more manageable, at least for me. So right now I'm using 3 different ways to moisturize. One of them is castor oil. I just started using this. I don't use it very often, but sometimes I put it on during the night. I lather it on there. Like it's a thick layer on there because castor oil is kind of like slow. It's kind of like sap almost. So you really need like a good layer of castor oil. And I've heard from other people that this really helps them. For me, sometimes I wake up in the morning and my tears feel really good when I've used castor oil. Second one I use is Iris. I think I've spoken about Iris before. I started using about 2, 3 months ago, and I actually need to get another two because I love this product so much. This product contains hyaluronic acid, jojoba, and vitamin E. And if I wake up in the morning and I have a tear and I put it on, I don't feel that tear throughout the rest of the day until I get home. It's super fucking weird because also keep in mind that I teach a lot of yoga and I teach a lot of hot yoga. I sweat a lot. So just putting that on, I don't usually feel the tear during the day. Even from the friction, from my underwear, from my pants. I wear tight pants. Love this product. Then I also use coconut oil. I love coconut oil. It kind of feels smooth and lovely and just very comforting for some reason. I also use this coconut oil in my pleasure practice because it just feels good. I use it as a lube in my pleasure practice. Keep in mind though, you don't want to use olive oil based lubes when if you're using a condom because it might break down the condom. So keep that in mind. Okay, number 7. We sleep naked. Again, with the nakedness. Yes, I like being naked. If you're not already sleeping naked, I don't know what you're doing. Maybe it makes you feel uncomfortable, but see if you can actually let your vulva breathe during the night. You can wear a little nightgown if you want to, just let your vulva breathe. And especially if you put on the ointment during the evening. So I like to put mine on right before I go to bed so that the ointment isn't like rubbed into my underwear and that annoys my skin even more. Not a big fan of that. I want the ointment to be able to absorb into my skin. So I sleep butt naked and I wouldn't have it any other way. And that was actually point number 8. Put the steroid ointment on at night instead of during the day. That's just what I recommend. That's what works for me. Because if I put it on during the day, yeah, my skin gets kind of irritated if I'm wearing pants on top of my steroid ointment. It's just not my jam. Doesn't work with my skin. So try that and see how that goes. Point number 9. We're being sexy. That's all I put there. No fucking context. Just we're being sexy. And I think when I made this list, I was thinking about things that makes me feel sexy, that makes me feel comfortable in my own skin. I often find, I think that society has this idea of what sexy is supposed to be, but sexy doesn't have to be that way for you. So you live with lichen sclerosis, and for you to feel sexy and sensual, what do you need for you to feel that way? How do you feel sexy? What do you wear? It doesn't have to be anything physical, but just what makes you feel sexy? What makes you feel sensual? So this summer, we're being sexy, and we're taking that with us. And again, you can dive a little bit deeper into that if you want to, because that was no context to that part of the list. You're welcome. Maybe I will make another episode just about being sexy. We will see. Another thing that I put were reading smut. I was talking to another person that lives with lichen sclerosis about this, and I've spoken about it before. Reading smut or just being horny, that juice that's created, you being horny, you being wet, that's the juice I'm talking about. I find that that's very healing for my lichen sclerosis. So I'm reading smut, like I'm diving into smut. I've been in a little bit of a reading dump now. I need to find a really juicy book, pun intended, but I need to find another good book that I can read because I find this is just such a big part of my healing journey of just allowing myself to experience feeling feeling this way, feeling juicy. We're just gonna put it out there. So we're reading smut this summer. Definitely reading smut this summer. Point number, or what are we down to? 11. We learn our anatomy. This is hot. You know what's hot? Learning your anatomy. Learning your anatomy. And I'm talking, of course, your vulvar anatomy. Doesn't matter if you live with lichen sclerosis or not. I find that everyone should know what their vulva looks like. On that note, it's a new month. Have you done your monthly vulvar check yet? I have not. I'm doing that tonight after my bath before I put on my steroid ointment. Might throw in a little bit of masturbation in there too, because that makes me feel better before I put on my steroid ointment. I actually had a comment about that on TikTok. Someone was like, oh yeah, I put on my steroid ointment after I masturbate, and they're like a little winky face, and I'm like, yeah, I do the same thing. I love it. I find that it really helps. But we are learning our anatomy. We're learning our anatomy. What does your vulva look like? There's nothing to be scared of. The vulva is such a taboo thing, but it's not though. What can you learn about your body, about your lichen sclerosis by learning about your vulva, paying attention, learning about your pleasure, because knowing your anatomy, you will also learn a lot more about your pleasure. You'll be able to support yourself a lot more. And then again, I just touched on the next point, point 12. We do our monthly vulvar checks. This is what we do. We are grown-ups. We can do this. We can do our monthly vulvar checks. If you wonder how to do them, grab a little mirror, a handheld mirror, find a comfortable seat. You can put 1 foot up, or you can do it standing, but you can put 1 foot up on the toilet seat. You can look at it, have a little look. You need to make sure that you have good lighting. You can sit slouching, like I am now, kind of, and have a look and see what you find. Because learning your anatomy, you know what your normal looks like. And then if something that looks suspicious pops up, you can take that to your doctor. And that is the very first step. If something suspicious pops up, it's a good thing that you know so that you can talk to your doctor. We love it. You're taking matter into your own hands. You're reclaiming some of your power that you feel like you might have lost. Because that's just what we're doing here. Pelvic power, baby. That's what we're doing. Number 13, we hydrate. Yes, we do. We hydrate. Water intake is so important for your pelvic health, for your fascia, your bladder, your bowels, your overall well being, clarity in mind, feeling pretty, looking radiant. Water helps with so many things. Drink your water, especially as you walk into the warmer months. Super important to drink your water as you walk into the warmer months. But also be mindful of you're not chugging the water. you're drinking it throughout the day. So at the end of the day, it's not like you have to drown your cells in water. You are drinking it throughout the day, finding that you're supporting yourself. When I stay properly hydrated, I found that my vulva is a lot happier. And point number 15. This is on brand. Maybe I should just name this podcast episode, Let's Do Everything Naked. We do yoga naked. This summer, we are doing yoga naked because our vulva gets to breathe a little bit more. Our vulva gets to breathe a little bit more. If something is holding you back, if your lichen sclerosus is holding you back from doing your yoga practice, which you know will help with your stress levels, will help with your tight pelvic floor, but you're not doing your practice because you live with lichen sclerosus, do it naked. Do it in a long skirt. Do it wrapped in a blanket. I don't care. Do your yoga practice. Do it naked. I love doing yoga naked. It's actually one of my favorite things now when it's getting warmer. You can just do it naked. I'm on a 13th floor. No one can see me up here. I can do it on my balcony if I really wanted to. If someone would be able to see me, would you be able to see me from the street if I did yoga naked up here? Maybe if someone were to see me. Good for them. Good for them. That's all I have to say. So we're doing yoga naked. You're in your own home. You can do whatever the fuck you want. No one will see you. No one will see you. And also doing your yoga practices, you do yoga naked, maybe you want to use your ice pack. So easy, so accessible. Maybe you want to moisturize as you're doing your yoga practice. You can massage your inner thighs at the same time. You can massage the area, whatever you feel like. It's just it makes it easier. It's kind of like we're habit stacking here. We're doing several things at one point. And I think it's absolutely fantastic. That is the half of the list. This was actually just going to be one episode. But knowing me, I like to talk. So we're making it into 2 episodes. That was half the list. This was the first part. If you learned anything, if you felt inspired, if you got a little bit of that let's go kind of energy, please tell me about it. I want to know. Send me a DM, send me an email. I love to hear from you. So until next time, when we'll be diving into the rest of the list, remember to look after your beautiful body and see what of these points that you can implement into your life right now. Because you only got one life, you only got one body, and you are the only one that could take that first step to actually support yourself. And remember that you're absolutely fantastic, you're a goddess, your vulva is beautiful, and so are you.